Hi everyone, this is Megan with Left and Knots, and today I'm going to show you how to crochet the waffle stitch. The waffle stitch is a very simple stitch with a lot of fun texture, and it can be used in a lot of home decor pieces or wearables, and it's a fun stitch to have up your sleeve. So I hope you enjoy this video tutorial. Today I will be working with a regular worsted weight yarn, and I'm using a 5mm crochet hook. But please do use whatever yarn and hook is required for the pattern that you're going to be making. I will link any of my free patterns that use the waffle stitch in the video description below, and those will be free crochet patterns available on my blog. To start the waffle stitch, you're going to chain stitch a multiple of 3. So I'm going to just start with 15 so we can make a small swatch. So there I have 15 chain stitches. And now my first row is just going to be double crochet across all of those chain stitches. So I'm going to start in the 3rd chain stitch from the hook. 1, 2, 3, right there, with double crochet, which is yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull through the stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. I'm going to do that all the way across. Okay, so I've reached the end of my row. Now I'm going to chain 2. And with the way I do the waffle stitch in my patterns, the chain 2 does not count as a stitch. If you prefer your chain stitches to count as a stitch, that's fine. You'll just have to adjust accordingly. But the way that I do this pattern, these chain stitches do not count as a stitch. So I'm going to double crochet into this first stitch here. And in the next 2 stitches. Now I'm going to front post double crochet into this next stitch here. A front post double crochet works exactly like a double crochet stitch mechanically. You just insert your hook at a different point. So instead of going right into my stitch, I'm going to go around the post of the stitch, which is right here. And it's a front post double crochet, so I want to yarn over. I'll insert my hook front to back and go around that post. So the post is what's going to be popping out. Yarn over, pull through the stitch, which is your post, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's all a front post double crochet is. It's a double crochet, just you stick your hook in a different spot. Now on these next 2 stitches, I'm going to do a regular double crochet. And then I'm going to go into this post again with a front post double crochet. And so no matter how many chain stitches you started with, that's the repeat that you're going to be doing across the row. You're going to do 2 double crochets and then a front post double crochet, 2 double crochets, front post double crochet across until you reach your last 3 stitches, when you will just double crochet into those stitches. So that was my last front post double crochet of this row. Now I've got 3 stitches left to work into, so those, for this row, those will all be just regular double crochet stitches. So that is row number 2. The nice thing about the waffle stitch is it is just a 2-row repeat. So row number 2 is our first repeat row, and then row number 3 will be our second repeat row. So the further you progress with the pattern, you're just going to keep going back and forth, row 2, row 3, row 2, row 3. You're just going to be repeating those rows over and over again to get your waffle stitch. So there's not too much to remember about it. Now I'm going to chain 2, turn my work. For row 3, I'm going to start with a regular double crochet in this first stitch. And now I'm going to work a front post double crochet into the next 2 stitches. This next stitch, which in the previous row is when I did a front post double crochet, I'm just going to do a regular double crochet into this next stitch. And then that's what you're going to repeat across. 2 front post double crochet, 2 front post double crochet, all the way across. Regular double crochet here, and back to the front post double crochets for the next 2. Regular double crochet, next 2 will be front post double, and then your last stitch of the row will get just that regular double crochet again. So if I flip it over, you can see those post stitches are starting to make the lines of the waffle stitch. And as we progress through a few more rows, you'll see it even better. So I'll walk you through the beginning of one more repeat. So I'll walk you through the beginning of row 4 and row 5, and then I'll show you the finished swatch of the waffle stitch. So to go up to row 4, we're going to chain 2, and row 4 is a repeat of row 2. So we're going to do 3 double crochets in the first 3 stitches, 2, 3, front post double crochet in this next stitch. And you can really start to see as you work through this pattern where you're going to be doing your post stitches, because this will just follow as one long continuous line, and then you'll be making these horizontal lines as well. So the next 2 will be regular double crochet, and another front post double crochet. So you will continue that pattern of stitches across this entire row. So here I am back at the end of row 4. I've got 2 double crochet worked already, and I'm just going to do a regular double crochet in that last stitch. So now this is 4 rows complete. Hold it this way, I suppose. Starting off with row 5. Row 5 is a repeat of row 3. You're going to chain 2, turn your piece, start with a regular double crochet, and now you're going to do 2 front post double crochet stitches. One regular double crochet, and 2 more front post double crochet. So I'm going to continue 2 front post double, 1 regular double, 2 front post double, 1 regular double across this row. And I'll come back and show you how we finish up this row and then what it looks like as you progress through these rows. Alright, so I'm back at the end of row 5, and now I've got 1 stitch left, and remember that that will always be just a regular double crochet. So this is what 5 rows of the waffle stitch looks like, and you can see pretty obviously that start of that waffle pattern, that texture. This swatch that I showed you at the beginning is just 1 extra row, so this is what 6 rows looks like. So the more you progress, the more you're just going to see this gridded, exactly waffle shaped look to your stitches. Again, this stitch works beautifully for home decor pieces, a nice heavy blanket. And I think it would even look beautiful as a scarf or another wearable. The reverse side isn't unpleasant, so you don't need to worry about that looking funny. And I think it's just a great all-around stitch to know to have in your bag of tricks. Like I said, I will link any of my free crochet patterns that use the waffle stitch in the video description below. You can find over 100 free crochet patterns on my blog, www.leftknots.com, along with other video tutorials, both right and left-handed. So if you want to see and keep up with my video tutorials, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And also make sure that you visit my blog so you can see all of my free crochet patterns. Thank you very much.